Welcome back to the Cultivating Gratitude Journey. We are on day 11, and today is all about laughing and crying through gratitude. We want to start cultivating some emotional gratitude, and I realized that laughter and crying kind of go hand in hand. They're a little intertwined, because haven't we all laughed until we cried? I know I mentioned that before, but sometimes we cry in joy. We can laugh uncomfortably to diffuse tension, and we can cry kind of like anger and frustration. And it's just important to start cultivating some gratitude for our emotions. We are human beings, we are emotional creatures, we are here to experience emotions, and by focusing on the two sides of a coin, I feel laughing and crying, we can start kind of nitpicking ourselves and being grateful for expressing ourselves and expression. I know men may have a little bit harder time just because of the quote, boys don't cry. It's kind of like a mentality that is in our culture. But you know, you have tear ducts. You are designed to cry, both male and female. Human beings, we are supposed to. And as emotional creatures, crying is simply a release. And it's an emotional feeling. Again, do you get teary-eyed by joy? Seeing the pure joy in life, experiencing joy. You may get a little teary, little tears will come out. Even laughing, pure joy, you can end up crying. But it's a good cry, it's a happy cry, not just a sad cry. So saying that boys or girls don't cry, we want to get away from that. We want to accept all of our emotional experiences and try to find gratitude in them. So today we want to just focus on laughing and crying, and then we're going to go over some examples here. First, let's go over laughter. That's a fun one, right? You know, gratitude and laughter allows us to appreciate the lighter, joyful moments in life, and recognize also the immense power that laughter holds in enhancing our well-being and connection with others. Because laughing on your own is different than laughing with a group of friends. Laughing maybe in a public setting, at a comedy show or a movie that's comedic. That communal laughter has healing benefits as well as personal laughter. In terms of laughter, we can reflect on, the mental and physical aspects of it. Laughter can relieve your stress, improve your mood, and then boost your immune system. So you want to start writing down all of your laughing experiences here. You want to consider times where laughter has connected you with others again, Have you had a bonding moment with a family or friend where you all laughed together? I mentioned the Shrek 2 movie where my family, it was my dad and my brother and I, were all cat people at the theater. The first time seeing that scene, we were just losing it. We were laughing so hard. It was the best day almost of our lives together. And it was all in laughter because of a comedic movie moment. So focus on those kind of laughing moments with you. Whatever comes up to mind, surface level may be the most important, but then also dig deep. I may have to look through your memories about other times you laughed with people, and really, it was the best thing in life. It was your very joyful moment. But in terms of laughter, we can flip it around, and it could be more of like a release of tension, stress. We can express gratitude for times that helped us dissipate discomfort, maybe diffused a conflict. I know we all kind of like have that weird little chuckle laugh where we're uncomfortable, and maybe just as a social reaction, we don't want anything, to happen. So, laughter in those situations we can be grateful for. Even if you're not a comedian, laughing and telling stories to lighten heavy situations and heavy experiences, we can find gratitude for. It's not that we are overlooking or glossing over kind of like bad things, but we're finding that positive. We're finding that thing to be joyful about at the end of the day. Something to laugh about could initiate your gratitude. We can explore how laughter changes our perspectives, you know? Like, what do you laugh at? What is funny to you? Do you want to invite more of that energy in? It could just be fun entertainment. It could be people, but it could be other things. It could be something in nature that just makes you laugh, but enjoy. Or again, if you want to focus or think about like laughing in discomfort, like where's the discomfort? Is there gratitude in that experience? Even in just recognizing what makes you uncomfortable. That could be the gratitude. Also try to think about just gratitude and humor in general, you know? Whether it's through the jokes and comedy or just spontaneous moments. Laughing at the store, on your travels, and your fleeting moments on, walking in public, just down the street. Someone could just be like, hey, what's up? But then, like, they have a comedic soul, and just, like, their passion and purpose in life is just to make people smile and laugh. Like, can you find gratitude in those fleeting moments? And then also focus on, like, how you've made other people laugh. You be grateful for yourself and how you express and make people's lives better. And how, like, you positively affected them. Maybe someone was having a bad day, whether they were your friend, family member, or a complete stranger, walking through the park or something. You noticed they needed a little pick-me-up, and whatever divine intervention or came through you and just made you talk, and whatever you said brightened their day, right? Maybe they got a little smile, a little chuckle, hopefully not in an uncomfortable way, but like in a good way. And then you can express gratitude for your own ability to make people laugh and spread joy generally. You can also focus on, again, like the laughter and discomfort, but we want to keep it positive, and anything that has influenced you to laugh, we want to be grateful for here. So you can write them down in a linear list. You can expand using the expansion grid, by putting like laughter and laughing in the middle, and then just like be grateful for every experience that laughter was involved in. Now on the flip side, when it comes to crying can be, multidimensional. Like I said, we can cry in anger, we can cry in joy. Sometimes tears just happen. And there's really no quote-unquote reason why, other than maybe experiencing reverence of life again, or just being completely emotional, overwhelmed in sense. But there's a time for that, and we can try to find gratitude for emotions that cause crying. Now, when we think of crying, it really is just an emotional release. Tears flow, whether it's in the moment, past stuff, or future, just, tears happen. And it's okay to cry. When thinking about crying, we can try to be grateful for our vulnerability, being human, accepting ourselves as we are, whether if we are very emotional or not very emotional. Maybe you're someone who doesn't cry. Can you find gratitude in that? In our connection with others, just like laughter, we can focus on how crying has brought us together. Has crying deepened any of your connections with family, friends, or strangers? Again, those fleeting moments where people are going through hard time, and if there's nothing to laugh about, we can cry together, release those emotions, understand humanity as it is, and find that empathy and compassion through those experiences. Express gratitude for the empathy. When someone cries, you feel safe enough to express those emotions. A lot of times we don't talk about our problems and keep our tears to ourselves because we don't really know, or we expect other humans to act negatively or respond negatively. So that's why we don't express ourselves. But where are the moments where you expressed yourself and you were accepted? Your tears were accepted. It might be kind of hard to think of examples like that, but try to think back on every time that tears have brought you together with people. Tears are a sign of healing. Even after, if you're working on your personal growth, even after months, years of working through, whether you go to therapy or not, but maybe something traumatic happened to you and now you're at a place where you feel good. But all those tears got you to this place. You can be grateful for the healing process. Because tears happen, they will continuously happen for many reasons, good and bad. And we can try to find gratitude in the progression and the time spent in our growth and healing. Tears also release stress. So anywhere your body has naturally released that stress, try to think of maybe past events or memories where crying was good, like how we laugh uncomfortably. We can cry in stress, but it's as a release, an energetic release in a different way. It's not good or bad. It's just a release. You can focus on, again, like your tears of empathy and compassion, the shared tears, fostering understanding between one another, and, that self-compassion as well. Not giving yourself crap about crying, just understanding that it's a natural thing, it's perfectly okay, and acknowledge your emotions. A lot of things stay within us because we just don't acknowledge that they are. We don't want to deal with them. We don't want to go through that quick process of letting them out. Kind of the thing with metaphysics is when we hold on to memories, experiences, thoughts, beliefs, they can manifest in the physical. We can kind of hold weight and whatnot, but tears, as it's been described to me, is almost a way for those energetic things to be released from the body. The physical density that we accumulate from these experiences and thoughts and processes, all the negative stuff, they can be released through tears. And I think that's pretty cool. And on a side note, they can also be released through mucus. I know, it's TMI, but just anything that leaves your body, your emotions, thoughts, past experiences, like energetic blocks, can all be released with those. And the act of crying, like it's leaving your body for good, if we let it, that kind of thing. So just kind of being grateful for letting go. Crying is a form of letting go. Being vulnerable is a strength. Letting go, self-forgiveness, moving on, whatever you want to call it, growth, positive growth, acceptance. Tears happen through all of this. And there could be like tears in comfort too, Someone maybe you're not actually crying yet, but you're having a bad day, and someone comes and comforts you, or vice versa. We can find solace in difficult times. Tears or no tears, even if you're trying to hold them back, tears are still there. I know we're kind of like energetic pack rats. We like to keep our thoughts and emotions. We feel like releasing is gonna, make us forget or something, or we're gonna lose something. But through the process of healing, we kind of get to the point where we realize, the memory's still there. Things still happen to us, but they don't have to continuously affect us negatively in a way, because there's crying in a repetitive victim cyclical loop, and then there's crying to let go. And that's what we kind of want to focus on all of our crying to let go. Even if you've been crying and holding on, realizing that and be like, okay, I don't actually have to hold on to any of these things. I can cry one and done, and all of the stuff will come out, the tears, it'll be fine, and we can move on. So just like that renewed perspective, how can your tears provide sort of clarity in your experiences and your feelings? You want to express gratitude in moments where tears help shift your viewpoint, that led you to a deeper understanding of yourself or an experience, a situation, or someone else. You know, I cried so much when I realized my ex was a narcissist. You know, you don't really realize you get into those kind of relationships because they're so good at what they do. Um, Not just the mask, love bombing stories that they have. You realize at some point that the person you thought they were is not who they actually are. And that perspective shift can cause a lot of tears, that realization. And again, the tears are just the release, you know, it's like all the past thoughts, emotions, feelings just coming out of you. So trying to find some sort of gratitude in your tears, not just the sadness of it, but the growth, the new life that you have after crying. Those things we can be grateful for and focus on in positivity. So between laughing and crying, you know, we just have a deeper appreciation for the complexity of human emotion. There's a transformative power in being vulnerable and having empathy and healing. Self-healing, whether it's over time, like a long time or a short time, doesn't matter. But, you know, again, this is our one life, and we are our one person in our life from beginning to end. And at the end of the day, it's kind of up to us to heal and allow our own healing, whether it's just natural or we have to put in a little effort. But between experiences and people and just ourselves throughout life, two main emotions, laughing and crying. Not just emotions, but experiences of emotion. You know, how can you find gratitude in both laughter and tears? And that's something for you to focus on today. Again, you could start with a linear list. This one is a little weird to expand outward at first, but make those linear lists. List everything, laughing, crying, and the ways that I kind of offer to you, and go beyond. If you want to transfer that to the expansion grid, go for it. Add some color and whatnot. But this is just an exercise to start appreciating emotion. Again, we are human beings. We are here to be emotional, and we are supposed to cry. If, you know, it's a physical thing. We have tear ducts. So I guess if you have a genetic disposition to not having tear ducts, it could be possible. But essentially, humans were designed to cry. So boys cry, girls cry, men cry, women cry, everyone cries. So however you identify, even non-binary, you're a human being, right? Your human being cries. Your human being laughs. Now, whether that is, again, you know, in laughter or discomfort, and crying can be in joy or in anger and fear. You know, all emotions and all expression of emotion is valid. That's why I just wanted to focus on laughter and crying, start with in emotions, because they are so vast. We laugh and cry for both good and quote-unquote bad reasons. And just kind of acknowledging your emotional range, what brings you joy in life, what brings you those tears, both in anger and frustration as well, laughing uncomfortably, kind of just gets you to really see yourself in a new light, that new perspective, and try to appreciate who you are as an emotional creature. So whatever you can come up with is great. If you can't really think of any examples, it's also great. But just take some time and try to explore your laughter and your tears, and to cultivate some gratitude for your personal emotions. Hope you had fun with this one. I will see you guys tomorrow.